now Chanel Intin rose to become Karl Lagerfeld's right-hand woman and secret weapon while keeping a very low profile, and will now follow her boss of 30 years at the helm of the French design house after more than 3 decades working alongside one of fashion's biggest names. Karl Lagerfeld's right-hand woman will now take the helm as the new creative director of Chanel. Described as his secret weapon, and his most important person by the designer, Virginie Viard joined the French design house as an intern in 1987 and rose quietly through the ranks to become fashion studio director and second in command. The pair spoke to each other daily, either in person or over the phone, with Viard taking on the responsibility of translating Lagerfeld's designs into physical creations. While Lagerfeld conducted himself in the spotlight, Viard chose to remain largely behind the scenes, with fashion insiders describing her as being under the radar. However, in recent seasons she began taking a bow with the designer at the end of each Chanel show, a sign of Lagerfeld's immense appreciation and respect for his closest collaborator. Yesterday, after news of Lagerfeld's death at the age of 85, Chanel revealed it had appointed Viard as his successor, although there is no official transition plan in place. In an article published yesterday, Laura Gilbo of industry publication Business of Fashion noted the decision to select Viard over another headline name from a rival label indicated a desire to continue Lagerfeld's vision for Chanel. Those other designers would likely have sought to bring their own vision to one of the world's biggest luxury brands, with $9.6 billion £7.26 billion in sales in 2017. Instead, Chanel's owners, the billionaire Wertheimer family, emphasized continuity in appointing Viard, who the brand said in a statement had been entrusted by chief executive Elaine Wertheimer with the creative work for the collections, so that the legacy of Gabrielle Chanel and Karl Lagerfeld can live on. Their collaboration began when Viard, whose grandparents were silk manufacturers, joined Chanel as an intern in haute couture embroidery in 1987, 4 years after Lagerfeld became creative director. When Lagerfeld left for Chloé in the 1990s, he took Viard with him. The pair returned to Chanel after a 5-year stint away and have since worked to return the fashion house to the peak of high fashion. Speaking about her role last year, Viard told the Daily Telegraph, "I coordinate the teams, liaise with suppliers and choose fabrics. Then, of course, I do fittings with Karl. As soon as I receive his sketches, the process begins. I try to please him, but I like to surprise him too." The pair spoke to each other every day, either in person or over the phone. And Lagerfeld's respect for his collaborator was apparent. "Virginie is the most important person, not only for me but also for the atelier, for everything," Lagerfeld said in an interview for Netflix documentary series 7 Days Out. "She is my right arm, and even if I don't see her, we are on the phone all the time." Lagerfeld, who described their relationship as one of profound affection and a true friendship, is also said to have shown his fondness for Viard with playful texts in the voice of his beloved cat, Cupid. Viard once told W magazine, "She signs them, you're Cupid." Viard currently oversees 8 collections a year, including ready-to-wear, cruise, métiers d'art and couture. It was at the Paris Haute Couture show in January that Viard made her first solo bow following the catwalk, a move that sparked speculation surrounding Lagerfeld's health and prompted the brand to release a statement saying he was feeling tired. The designer died on Tuesday after a short illness and more than 50 decades as one of the leading lights of the global fashion industry. His passing has been met with tributes from models, editors, celebrities and fellow designers, including Dame Anna Wintour, Carity Leving and Edward Enninful, editor-in-chief of British Vogue. Fendi is to present Lagerfeld's last collection in Milan on Thursday.